Give me a random Jeremy Rogers story.
It depends. Does he have to have clothes on? Is this like a G-rated story?
It doesn't matter, dude. You're the one that live with them, not me, dude. So whatever you feel comfortable sharing,
All right.
I'll take it.
So here, Jeremy, I'm sorry, but here's my craziest Jeremy Rogers story. We're driving down the road at after a party or some club at like 4 in the morning, and he tells me to look under the seat, and so I pull out under the seat a gun, and we're driving in the neighborhood, and we're in his fancy Mercedes, and I open up the box, and there's a gun. I'm like, dude, can I shoot it? And we're listening to rap, and it's all loud, and he's like, yeah. And he rolls down the sun visor and opens all big, the whole top of the roof, and so I'm looking at this gun, and I'm like, and I shot it twice.
Oh my
And he's like,
god.
oh, great guy, and he grabs it from me, and he takes off and shoots it a couple times, and we're in a residential area, and so then
Wow.
he just takes off. He just starts flying in his Mercedes at 4 in the morning, and we're toasted. And so we're listening to music really loud, laughing hysterically now that we just popped off some rounds in a neighborhood, just kind of like looking at each other. And then all of a sudden I look up and there's a wall straight in front of us. And I look at Jeremy and I say, Jeremy, wall. And he looks up and he slams on the brakes and cranks the wheel, and the car bounces up over the curb and slams into a cinder block wall on my side. And then all the airbags in his car go off. We're probably going, I don't know, let's say something reasonable, like 50 or 60 miles an hour by the time we started to turn. Because when we shot the guns off, he just took off. And those,
That's
anyway, so I find myself waking up, and then Jeremy's in my lap, and I wake him up, and his car is still on, so he drives it with all four wheels sideways
oh my god, dude.
on the rims into a Dunkin' Donuts parking lot, and we get a ride home from a crackhead. And then I go to bed, and it's like 7 in the morning, and then my phone rings, and it's like 7:30 in the morning, but I'm thinking it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, like normal. I was just a normal night, and we're gonna go skate today. But no, it was my mom calling, and it was like just a few minutes after I'd fallen asleep. And so I said, hello, and she says, hey Fave, it's your mom. And as I looked around, everything was just slow motion. It felt like my life just kind of flashed before my eyes, and I was looking at girls and drugs and skateboards on the wall and gold chains and bags of drugs, wild and crazy things. And so I told my mom, I'm like, Mom, I don't know what I'm doing. And she says, okay, come home. And so I drive 3 hours home, and I see my mom, and she's like, hey, I want you to go to a rehab and turn your life around. For some reason, drove back to Jeremy's place, and I woke him up. Now it was about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I'm like, hey, Jeremy, I gotta go to rehab. I need $800. I gotta go to rehab. The first thing he said is, can we go get bagels and Jamba Juice first? Something like that. He wanted breakfast first. So at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon, or right before the bank closed, Jeremy gave me $800 to pay for rehab, which I wasn't actually addicted to any drugs or on any drugs constantly. I was just having a lifestyle of partying. I needed a lifestyle change. And so Jeremy paid for me to go into a rehab called U-Turn for Christ at 23 years old. The day after we got in a car wreck. So that's probably my craziest Jeremy story.
That's a pretty crazy story, man. I mean, I wasn't when you said that you got woken up phone call. I thought it was like the cops or something. Like, was there ever any like charges, any follow up with authorities about that?
No, the best part was Jeremy had a brand new car in his garage by 12 o'clock that afternoon. He had a brand
Holy
new Dodge
moly,
Charger
dude!
because he was sponsored by a auto body shop. So they collected his car. He
Oh,
was like the first phone call was to them because it was their car that he was driving. They picked it up at Dunkin' Donuts and then delivered him another car at his house, and he woke up, and we took a Dodge Charger, a brand new car, to Jamba Juice and get bagels into the bank.
That
That's how Jeremy
is
worked.
that is rolling deep, man. Holy, that's crazy. If I had it like that, why would I change? You know what I'm saying? Not speaking bad about anyone. I'm just saying in general. Like if I had it like that, I wouldn't be too worried about wrecking cars. You know, in a few hours it'll be like it never happened. Driving to Los Santos, body shop here.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's too easy. It's almost encouraged.
But thank you for sharing. That's a crazy story. Thank you for sharing. He's a crazy dude, man. I've seen him in some of his most recent interviews. He's got the same energy. Maybe he's made some changes in his life, but he's living his best life. As far as I can tell. So good for him, I guess.